The server room breathed in a steady hush, fans spinning, lights blinking. I sat cross-legged, running diagnostics on the network that kept Langford Capital Partners alive. The basement was mine, cable ladders overhead, backup generators I pampered. My family called it playing with computers. I called it the spine of a multi-billion-dollar firm. Footsteps thudded above, executive row, my father's corner office, my brother Evan's VP suite, my sister Lena's bullpen. They lived in glass, I lived where outages died. "Nora?" Evan's voice crackled through the intercom. "You down there?" "Yeah." Dad's machine froze. "Client call in 10, come up." "I'm mid-update, 20 minutes?" "Now." I closed and took the stairs. Elevators, naturally, out unless I blessed them. Dad's office was a museum of power, leather and framed handshakes. He pointed at the screen, still on his call. Not frozen, just an error after he'd removed the one program he needed. 40 seconds later, it behaved. "All set," I said. He didn't look up. In the hall, I nearly collided with Lena. She shoved over a tablet. "Email won't sync. I present in an hour." She'd disabled Cloud Sync to save battery. 30 seconds fixed. "Also," she said, pivoting away, "shareholders meeting tomorrow at 2. Don't schedule maintenance, and maybe dress nicer." "I sent the reminder last week," I said to empty air. I stood with a laptop and my uniform, jeans and a polo, thinking about tomorrow's show. They'd expect obedience. What they didn't know, I owned 73% of the assets they managed. Grandad Arthur's trust said so. 3 years ago, a letter arrived, handing me the portfolio and a choice. Keep quiet, learn the machinery. Wait, I had. Tomorrow, they'd need my approval. I hit the conference room at dawn, testing projector, uplink, failover. At 7:30, Evan swaggered in, coffee down, waved me over. "My model keeps throwing errors." "You're forcing a 20-year curve from 6 months of data," I said. "It's noise." "Make the errors vanish. The board doesn't need footnotes." I muted the warnings. I couldn't fix the math. By 2, the table was full. Directors, advisors, my father at the head, Lena left, Evan right, me at the AV cart. Dad opened with the glide path. "Solid returns, room to improve." Evan took the floor. "The Langford Innovation Fund," he said, $200 million into high-growth tech and crypto. Projected returns are exceptional." Victor Hale raised a hand. "Downside?" "Max drawdown 15%, Evan said. "Correlation isn't in your model," I said from the corner. Heads turned. Crypto and growth tech move together. When both sync, and they have, losses run 40 to 60, not 15. Dad's stare cut across the room. "Nora, this is a board session." "She's right," Priya Das said. Evan's smile thinned. "IT support doesn't set risk policy." "Owner does," said a voice at the door. Malcolm Reed, my grandfather's attorney, stepped in. "Per the Arthur Langford Asset Trust, effective on Nora's 23rd birthday, the portfolio belongs to her. Any restructuring requires her consent." Silence detonated. Lena went white. My father's jaw worked. "It's enforceable," Reed added, laying copies on the table. "The company shell is yours. The assets are Nora's." Evan rasped. "You hid this?" "I learned," I said. "My answer is no." Priya folded her hands. "I move we table the fund pending redesign and risk review." 7 hands rose. I latched the projector case. Time to audit. The audit began Monday. I hired an external team. Dad signed the engagement. For months, we pulled trades apart, mapped hedges to exposures, rebuilt a portfolio that could survive weather rather than worship sunlight. I kept my new corner office, but still slipped downstairs to the hum when my head needed cooling. Evan resigned in an angry email. He landed across town and tried to sell his innovation pitch again. It didn't travel. Lena returned after 2 months, contrite but steady, and I put her over client relations, her sharpest skill set without the keys to the vault. By Q3, the numbers stopped flinching. Tracking error narrowed, drawdowns softened, and the curve finally climbed past benchmark. One afternoon, Dad stood in my doorway, holding the photo of him and Granddad outside their first office. "I can stay," he said, "if you'll have me. I'm better at reputations than bets." "Stay," I said. "Be CEO. I'll run the assets." Saying it out loud felt like seating two gears. We formalized a rule. Any strategy crossing a size threshold passed a red team review I chaired. Priya joined as a special advisor, Victor chaired risk. Malcolm archived the trust and wrote governance. A year to the week after the vote, we posted results. The portfolio at 547 and compounding. Dad read the release, then looked at me like he was meeting the adult I'd become. "Your grandfather would be proud," he said. "Good," I said. "So am I." I visited the basement once more today, alone. The fans still breathed, the lights still blinked. The machinery still answered to the same principle Granddad taught me. Understand it, maintain it, and wait for your moment, then move.